Good evening, I'm Andrei, and I want to welcome you to this space of calm, of reflection, of inner love and deep connection with yourself. Tonight, we are going to remember a simple truth, yet one that is profoundly transformative, a truth that we often forget while living busy, worried, or distracted lives. This meditation is an invitation to return to the heart, to let go for a few moments of the noise of the mind and reconnect with the most powerful force that exists, love. Allow my voice to accompany you without effort, without expectations, simply listening, breathing, and allowing each word to find its place within you. Love can do all things. It is not just a beautiful phrase. It is not the title of a song. It is the oldest truth and the most forgotten one that exists. Think for a moment about how you have lived today. How many thoughts have been critical? How many have been judgmental? How many have come from that inner noise that tells you something is wrong, that someone made a mistake, or that you are right and someone else is wrong? That noise has a name. It is called the ego. And the ego is not bad. It is a survival mechanism. But many times it becomes a silent tyrant that lives within us, convincing us that we must defend ourselves, that the world is hostile, or that love is a weakness. And while the ego is in control, suffering appears, even if we do not always call it that. Sometimes we call it stress, fatigue, frustration, or simply, that's just life. But there is a force within you that the ego has never been able to completely extinguish. You feel it when you behold something beautiful, and for a moment, your breath is taken away. You feel it when someone truly sees you, when you feel understood, accepted, or loved. You feel it in those moments of silence when everything seems to be okay. That force is love, not romantic love, not conditional love, not the kind of love that depends on what others do, but love as a state of being, as a frequency, as your essence. Love is compassion. It is looking at another person and understanding that they are afraid too, that they are struggling too, that they are learning too. Love is truth, because when you love, you no longer need to pretend or constantly protect yourself. Love is a quiet joy that does not depend on anything external. It is seeing the good within yourself, within others, and within life itself. Even when you are going through difficult moments, love does not criticize, it does not judge, it does not hold resentment. It simply opens, and when you truly feel it, even if only for a moment, you know it is the only thing that is real. Science has shown that the heart generates an electromagnetic field far more powerful than the brain. And when that heart beats in coherence, in gratitude, in love, it changes the chemistry of your body. It changes your perception, and it changes your experience of life. Love is not only poetry, it is energy, it is biology, it is reality. And tonight, we are going to remember it together. Gently close your eyes if you have not already done so. Place one hand at the center of your chest and simply breathe, because love can do all things. Let us begin, and it begins here, now, with you. Place one hand over your chest and feel the warmth of your own hand resting over your own heart. Now we are going to breathe in a different way, not from the lungs, but from the heart. Imagine that the air flows in and out directly through the center of your chest, as if your heart were breathing on its own. Inhale through the heart slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale through the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With each cycle, your heart moves into coherence. The noise of the mind begins to fade, and little by little, everything becomes synchronized with the calm rhythm of your heart. Once again, inhale through the heart slowly. Exhale through the heart. Feel how the center of your chest begins to change, perhaps in temperature, perhaps in sensation, perhaps in energy. A gentle warmth, a peaceful opening, as if something that had been closed for a very long time was slowly beginning to open, as if a warm light was softly entering within you. Now take 3 more breaths at your own pace, without effort, without rushing, just you and your heart breathing together. Very good. That warmth you can feel right now was not created by any thought. It was not created by any worry, nor by any expectation. It was created by your heart when you gave it permission to open. And from that space, from that calm, from that openness, we are going to begin our journey tonight. Love always begins in the same place, here, not outside of you, not in other people, not when you achieve something, or when you improve at something, or when you become a more perfect version of yourself. It is here, now, just as you are. And I know this may be difficult to hear because we have spent much of our lives learning to love ourselves conditionally. When we succeed, when we are liked, when we perform well, when we fit in. Very rarely were we taught to love ourselves simply because we exist. So tonight, we are going to practice that together. From that warm and open heart that you have just awakened, direct that light toward yourself now, not toward the version of yourself you wish to become, but toward the person you are today. With everything you carried this week, with every challenge you faced, with every mistake you made, with every moment you were not who you wanted to be, that person deserves love too. Not despite all of that, but with all of that included. And now, repeat silently with me. I love myself exactly as I am, while becoming the person I wish to be. I deserve love, not because I am perfect, but because I exist. I am enough right now, in this very moment. Feel these words, not as wishes, but as truths. Because when you truly love yourself, you do not need anyone else to complete you. You do not need approval to feel good about yourself. You do not need circumstances to change to be at peace. Self-love is not vanity. It is the foundation of everything else. Now that light you awakened, let us expand it beyond yourself toward others. Think of someone you love, They do not have to be a perfect person, just someone with whom you once felt genuine love. Visualize them standing before you, their face, the way they move, their way of being in the world. From your heart, send them that warm light, not as words, but as energy, like a wave of comfort and well-being traveling from your chest to theirs. Now something more difficult. Think of someone with whom you have or once had friction, someone who hurt you or someone with whom things did not end well. Not to forgive if you are not ready, not to forget what happened, only to remember something important. That person suffers too. That person feels fear too. That person is struggling too with their own inner demons. The harm we cause others almost always comes from our own pain. And when you can see that, something changes. From your heart, send that person as well a small wave of light, not because they necessarily deserve it, but because you deserve to release the weight of carrying that wound. Now expand that light even further toward all the people who are suffering somewhere in the world right now, to those who feel afraid, to those who feel alone, to those who need hope. Your heart can hold them all without becoming exhausted, without becoming empty, because love is never depleted. Love multiplies. Now release all recipients of love, not you, not others, only love. Like a radio transmitting a frequency without needing anyone to hear it. Like the sun shining without asking whom it illuminates. That is love as a state of being, not an emotion that comes and goes, not something that appears only when everything is going well, but a constant frequency that can live within you regardless of what happens outside. Feel that field of love now radiating from your heart in every direction. Notice how your body feels from within this state. Is there any difference from how you began? That difference is real, not imagined, not suggested, real. It is the difference between living from the ego that defends itself and living from the heart that opens itself. And the most powerful thing of all is that you can choose this. Not always, not perfectly, but again and again. Every time you return to the heart, that is love in action. Stay here for a moment, in this state of openness, without rushing, without needing anything else to happen. Love can do all things, and you have just remembered it. Before returning to the outside world, place both hands over your heart. Feel the warmth, the heartbeat, the life living within you. That heart does more than pump blood. It also generates a field that others can feel, even if they cannot see it. A field that transforms conversations, that changes encounters, that attracts the same frequency you are emitting. When you leave this place, that field goes with you. You do not have to be perfect. You do not have to be at peace all the time. You do not have to have everything figured out. Just remember this. Behind the noise of the ego, there is always love waiting. Behind judgment, there is understanding. Behind fear, there is openness. Behind exhaustion, there is presence. And every time you choose to return to love, even if only for a second, even if imperfectly, you are becoming the best version of yourself. Repeat silently one last time. I am love. Not only when I deserve it, always. Take a deep breath from the heart. Inhale, filling yourself with this certainty. Exhale, releasing everything that is not love. And when you are ready, gently open your eyes. Love can do all things. Remember it always. Before you drift into sleep, if this meditation has brought you peace tonight, I warmly invite you to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so we can continue sharing together more moments of calm, well-being, love, and prosperity. Thank you for spending this time with me. Inner calm will always be a safe place for you. Good night. Sleep peacefully, and I'll see you again very soon.